Hello there. Have you been noticing that your preteen or teen is spending way too much time behind doors in their bedroom and they are now locking their doors and they can be there for hours and hours and hours? And when you start walking around and trying to see what's going on, they tell you to back off and that they need their own privacy. And are you feeling a little concerned and possibly asking, should I be okay with my preteen or teen keeping their doors closed or locked at all times all day long, especially now that they are in summer break? If this is you, you don't want to miss the tip that I'm going to be sharing with you this week. Hello there, welcome to Parenting Hacks with Dr. Yanina. As always, I'm super grateful to you for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. And as you know, in this show, I share one or two parenting tips, strategies, ideas to help you have a healthier and stronger relationship with your preteen or teen. And also, we talk about all the different issues that are related to raising preteens and teens. So in this week's episode, I do want to talk about the whole idea of whether or not we should allow our children to spend hours and hours in their rooms with the doors locked and closed and not knowing what's going on. And if this is you, understand that when our children, as they are growing, they're starting to explore their independence. They're starting to figure it out what is appropriate, what is not, what is privacy. They want to have their own time away from the family. And, they just want to be on their own and spend time on their own. And that's kind of normal. Most teenagers go through that. And there's nothing wrong with understanding the whole idea or them wanting to have some type of privacy. But the whole thing about shutting doors, locking doors, and spending hours and hours behind those doors is what we are going to be talking about today. And the truth is that depending on who you ask, you will probably hear different advice. Some say that this type of privacy, like locking doors and being on their own in their rooms for hours and hours, is essential to foster independence and maturity. And others will say that as parents, we can provide opportunities for independence and maturity while setting boundaries and limits. And this is the last one is the one that I'm going to be talking about today. The whole idea of providing opportunities for privacy, but there are some boundaries and limits while they live in our homes. So the truth is that, teenagers need the opportunity to succeed and fail on their own without a parent constantly watching over them. I get it. It's okay. But because I believe that trust is important, but also is earned. So in our home, we have been raising our children with the whole idea that they need to keep their doors unlocked and open. And that's kind of like what we have. We have a keep door unlock and open policy. And since they were little, it has always been like that, because I believe that this is not a hotel. This is not an Airbnb or a bed and breakfast that they can just come, check in and out, and come in, go into the rooms, and then when they're hungry, go and eat, and when they need to shower, go to the bathroom and come back in and out like it's a hotel. In my case, I don't feel that that's the right thing to do, because here we are a family, and as a family, we share with each other. And definitely, there are some times in which they would like to be on their own, and I would like to be on my own. But those are some times. We're not talking about hours and hours and hours. And there are some exceptions too. For example, if they need to change, of course they're going to close the door, and we must knock the door before coming in, of course, and let them know that we are there. Or if they want to have a private conversation with a friend, of course it's okay to close the door. What I'm talking about, something that we do not allow in our family, is for them to be behind doors, locked doors, hours and hours. That's something that we do not allow for. When there's some circumstances like the ones I shared with you before, it's okay, but it's a temporary kind of special private moment, not hours and hours behind the doors. And another thing that we have in our home is that we do not have a television. We don't have television in our home. And also our children do not have television nor computers in their bedrooms. And we do not have television or computers in our bedroom either. We have our office area in which they have their computers, and that's where they use their computers and so forth. And they have iPads and they can use them as well, but they don't have television or computers in their bedrooms. And that's something that my husband and I also decided that we were not going to allow in the home. So those are the little things that we have. And then while I was getting ready for preparing for this episode, I became kind of curious to see how does my son feel when it comes to our keep our door unlocked and open policy. And he said, he was like, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm okay. When I need my privacy, I get my privacy, and I don't have any issues with keeping my door open and unlocked because I'm used to it, and there's nothing, I don't have any issues with that. And so it's something that you might want to consider. Once again, you might hear some psychologists or professionals in mental health telling you that it's okay to let them do that. I personally believe that that's not okay because we're a family and we need to share. And yes, there is time for privacy, but not hours upon hours behind that locked door. So this is not all about trust. It's about setting boundaries and limits, because at the end of the day, this is your home. It's their home too, but we are the adults, right? So for example, if my son's girlfriend comes over, they know that the door has to remain open at all times. This is a limit, a boundary that we set from the beginning, and we expect that they follow through. And the same happens or will happen when my youngest daughter brings a boyfriend home. It will be the same situation because we have, the same boundaries and limits and expectations for both of us. And we are a family, and privacy is welcome. We welcome that. But doors must remain unlocked, and when friends come over, they are more than welcome to hang around in their office area or the family room, and they're more than welcome to do that. So if your tween or teen child doesn't give any indication that they've betrayed your trust, then that means that they earned the right to be trusted, and that's a wonderful position to be. But also make sure that you're consistent, very consistent with your boundaries and limits, so there's no confusion between you and your child. At the end of the day, you listen to the advice that we all provide, but then you have to make the right choice for your child. And it's up to you to decide whether you are going to be okay with them to lock their doors and be behind those doors for hours and hours, or say, you know what, we are a family, we are here together. Yes, you deserve privacy, and you can have your privacy, but not under those circumstances. So there you have it, Mom. This is my parenting hack for this week. I hope that you will find it helpful for you and your family. And as always, I'm so thankful that you are watching this episode. And just as a reminder, if you are watching this episode in Instagram TV, I invite you to follow me on Instagram. And if you are watching it on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe so you will not miss out on any future episodes. If you would like to join me and other moms of preteens and teens on a Facebook group where I share more tips and more strategies and more advice, and we provide inspiration and motivation for each other, join me in my Facebook group, Moms Don't Quit, and I would love to have you. Until my next episode, have a wonderful week.